Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of PoducateMe, the ESL podcast. This is where we are going to help you learn English in a fun, meaningful, and practical way. I'm Helen.
And I'm Hannah, and we are your hosts. The two of us, we are ESL educators with many, many years of experience. And in our years of teaching and being in the industry, we've helped learners all over the world build their confidence and just, crush their language goals, I would say.
That's what we did and what we keep doing. So, before we're going to tell you what this whole podcast is about, we wanted to tell you a little bit of how this whole thing started.
hmm
Do you want to refresh my memory, Hannah, and tell our listeners and
I
viewers
I
about it?
feel like it was kind of like a slow realization on our part. So, you know, whenever we're hanging out, whenever we're talking about just whatever that things that we talk about in our lives, it kind of always ends up like side notes or like our conversations kind of go into language stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Like
always.
like just, where does this expression come from? Or maybe you use some sort of an expression and I've never heard of it, or like I use an expression and you've never heard of it. So then we like kind of deep dive into that like expression or word or the root word or like the linguistics of it or things like that, right?
Yeah, and we always like to talk about ourselves like linguistic nerds. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
we're nerds for a lot of other stuff, but linguistics is one passion that
One
we
of many.
share.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of many. And it's always so nice to talk about as Hannah mentioned, the origins of the words that sometimes we're just like, oh, does this word have a Greek root or a Latin root? To the lab, let's explore. Yeah, and so we realized that why don't we share this with a wider audience, and why don't we bring the same energy and support that we bring to our students in the classroom? Why don't we bring it here? So here we are, the
Yeah.
internet. Welcome us as we're welcoming you.
And yeah, so I think that's kind of how this podcast, Podugate Me, was born. It's our way of, like Helen said, just reaching more people and talking about the things that we would love to talk about,
Mhm.
and it's not going to be just language or like ESL focused. It's things that are going to help you, or just maybe things that you might be interested in, and for anyone, really, like anybody who just wants to improve their English. If you want to, get more practice for school or for your professional, like for work, travel, which is a big
Mhm.
thing. People use English when they travel a lot, or just like daily life stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And this is how it's going to work. So every single week, we're going to release two episodes. So the first episode is going to be a conversation on a real life topic, anything from cultural customs to social trends, work habits to weekend hobbies. And for some of our episodes, well, most of our episodes,
A
we're
lot.
going to bring in guests and we're going to have some interviews where people are going to share their life stories about their jobs, about the hobbies that they're doing, and they're going to be educating us and
Yeah.
telling us stuff about the new things that
We're
we might not know.
we're learning too. We want to learn more about these people and the things that they do. And, I think the two of us are so curious about different things. So this is our way of also being able to learn more ourselves.
That is so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So later on that week,
Hmm.
we kind of break down that language for you from those conversations that we have between the two of us or with our guest interviewees, sorry. And that's going to be our language lab episode. And so in this episode, we highlight like key vocabulary or expressions that we've used during that previous episode.
Hmm.
We break everything down for you. We ask you a few comprehension questions based on what we had talked about.
Yeah, and don't worry, we will keep it very clear, very simple. There will no be grammar lectures. There will be no stress, just real conversations, real English, and real learning.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And you know, I don't know about you, but listen to podcasts a lot. Like I love podcasts, which is one of the big reasons why I was so excited about starting our own podcast. But for me, like I listen everywhere on the go. So sometimes while I'm commuting, which is something that you can do when you're doing housework, like doing laundry or cleaning or whatever. Sometimes when I like, for me personally, when I'm walking, going on my little walks for just for like exercise, when I'm working out, when I'm doing like little jigsaw puzzles at home, I'll turn on a podcast and listen to that. So, you can do it while you're, I don't know, pretending to work. No judgment. Sometimes I
Yeah,
do that
we
too.
have all worked from home, Hannah. We know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, so that's us. That's our podcast. And today's episode, I don't know. Well, let's just think of it as hello from us to you guys. And yeah, as a little handshake before the hangout.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So just our little introduction. And next episode, we're jumping right in and we're going to be doing our first interview. And we're really excited about that one because I'm going to be chatting with none other than Helen, my co host. And I'm going to be asking her some questions just about her journey, about learning and teaching English and, her everything that she's done to get to where she is now. I know that your story, I've heard a lot about your story as well, and it'll be really great to share, but it's full of a lot of challenges and a lot of laughs and a lot of
Oh,
interesting
yeah.
things along the way that I think our listeners will relate to, that I've related to. So I think that'll be really fun.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it and a little bit anxious to be an interviewee and sharing all of my stories with you guys. And maybe in some of my stories, you'll hear your name or two. I don't know. So, yeah, make sure to follow us or subscribe to PoducateMe wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, wherever you are. We'll meet you there.
And if you want to say hi or tell us about your own English goals or any ideas that you have for future podcast episodes, you can follow us on Instagram at PoducateMe. And you can also send us an email. Our email is eslpoducateme@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you.
Yeah. So I guess that's it. Yeah. So, all right, friends, thank you so much for joining us for this intro episode. And we can't wait to learn and laugh with you one episode at a time.
Yep. So until next time, keep listening, keep learning, and
Educate
educate yourself.
yourself.